Reagan Perry is always on the go.
I don't think people realize how much you move around in a day until you have that ability taken from you.
But in the last 8 years, how she moves has changed.
Just a normal walking foot.
Her journey began on the courts.
At 15, I was playing tennis and noticed some pain in my shin. Went to the doctor, found out I had a 7.5-inch non-cancerous bone tumor.
The tumor left her with severe pain and limited mobility, forcing her to make a difficult decision.
I wanted to save my leg. I spent years trying to save my leg, but it got to a point where I wanted to move on with my life.
The hope of more movement prompted an amputation in early 2024. After recovery, therapy, and fittings, Perry was able to stand on her own again.
Once I finally got a prosthetic, it was like such a big accomplishment to be able to go to the grocery store on my own. Just the freedom that I started coming back into as soon as I got this was life-changing off the bat.
But one part of her life didn't return.
I wish I could go shoot basketball with some friends or get on the tennis court or even just take my dog for a walk. I've been chasing that since I was 15. I just want to get back to that.
After her amputation, Reagan was surprised to learn insurance only covers a leg for walking, forcing her to shell out more than $50,000 if she wants a prosthetic to get back on the tennis courts. For so many, the price is far from feasible.
That doesn't seem right, because if I were to have torn my ACL, that's technically an elective surgery to get repaired, and insurance covers that elective surgery and all the rehab or braces or anything else you need to return to sport after that. Whereas I didn't really have an option to undergo amputation, but once you become an amputee, insurance says that walking is all you need.
They've already had the trauma. We need to get them back to what they were.
That approach is already taken in the military, where VA benefits cover multiple prosthetics and therapies.
That was in Afghanistan, and that was the day we finally got out of there. That's the control tower after we retook the airfield.
Freshman Republican State Representative Grant Campbell served 3 tours overseas working as a trauma surgeon in the Army.
I had to be part of that decision sometimes to say, is this leg, is this arm salvageable?
Campbell is sponsoring legislation named after Perry. Reagan's law would require insurance companies to expand their coverage to help everyday people return to action.
We don't want the bar to be simply, okay, Reagan can get up from a chair and she can get from point A to point B. We want the science to follow her, that if she wants to get out of that chair and go for a run, if she wants to get out of that chair and play tennis again, that whatever's required for that activity, therapy sessions, be it different prosthetics, that be covered for her.
Perry is pushing for a positive outcome for herself and others like her. She's eyeing medical school, another goal putting her in motion.
And I want to have a prosthetic that will allow me to be active so I can keep myself healthy so that I can take care of other people. I'm sure a lot of people never expect to be an amputee and it doesn't affect them until it does. And I guarantee that if it affected you or your family, that you would think this was unfair and want it to change.
Marshall Keeley, Spectrum News 1.